We've already seen how to output data to the console using console.write and console.writeLine. So let's just go over the rules very quickly, then I'll show you one alternative means that we haven't looked at yet. The standard way to write output is either console.write or console.writeLine, depending on if you want to move the cursor to the beginning of the next line after the output or not. If you don't want to move the cursor, then you use console.write. If you do want to move the cursor to the next line, then you use console.writeLine. So console.writeLine or console.write, either one, can output strings, numbers, numeric expressions, and variables. Essentially, any expression that can be evaluated can be placed inside console.writeLine or console.write, either one. I'm not going to run this program because you know what will happen for each of these console.write lines. There is an alternative way to write data using console.write or console.writeLine. Let me demonstrate how it works. We're going to say hello to Mary rather than hello world. So the way we would do it using the means we know so far is to use concatenation. But there's another way to do it where we don't have to concatenate the string variable. Is using what I'll call a placeholder. Let's see how that works. And then inside the string, we put a curly brace, a 0, then another closing curly brace, followed by the close quote, followed by the variable name. Now let's comment out everything but this line so we can see how it works. We also need a console read key so we can see what we've output. Now let's run this program. Hello, Mary. So this is an alternative to using concatenation. It works very well with longer strings. Let's create another variable. And here we want to write hello, Mary, and Mark. So what we'll do is we'll put another placeholder for 1 and then another variable, name 1, right after that. Now let's run this program. Hello, Mary, and Mark. If we didn't do it that way, we'd have to use string concatenation like this. Hello plus name plus and plus name 1. So as you can see, using the placeholders is quite a bit easier than having to use the concatenation. Either one works fine and either one is acceptable, but using the placeholder method is a little bit easier to type and you're less likely to make a mistake. So I would suggest using that technique when you have several variables that need to be displayed in the same string, like we have in this example. There's really not much more to say about console.write or console.writeLine. I primarily wanted to show you the placeholder method in this lesson. So with that, we'll stop and move on to the exercise for this chapter where we're going to develop a form letter using the techniques we've learned for input and output.